Thank you all for taking our poll. We'll go ahead and start with our webinar. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Eddie Boyette, the East Zone Manager for Lumens.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining our webinar today. I'm going to be talking a lot about our Lumens products for video conference, distance learning, some of our telehealth applications as well. We will have a question and answer period at the end of the webinar. Please feel free to ask any questions at that time that you may have about our products. Here's my contact information. I can come back to this later on in the webinar as well. I am the East Zone Manager for Lumens. I've been with Lumens for almost 13 years now, and have had the opportunity to see Lumens grow in many different areas, including all of our PTZ products that I will be speaking about today. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about our video conferencing cameras, typically our USB cameras in that vertical. Then we'll get into some of our streaming cameras, our capture applications, and then we'll be able to do the question and answer. Our first product is our VCB30U. This is our one of our professional video conferencing cameras. It is USB 3 plug and play. Gives you the ability to have full 1080p at 60 frames per second. It also has a 12x optical zoom. It is Zoom certified as well. So as many of you are doing remote, working from home or working remotely, this will be a fantastic camera to use not only with Zoom, but many of our other software codec applications and software. This camera also has HDMI out, so you can actually have USB and HDMI out simultaneous. This is a great advantage for this camera. Our next USB camera is our VCBTN. Notice that this camera is in white. All of our PTZ cameras are in black and white to fit the need of the application. This particular model also is USB 3. Just like the B30U though, it is backwards compatible to 2.0. It is plug and play. It has a 120-degree horizontal viewing angle, and it also has built-in microphones. So this, again, a great camera to use for video conferencing, even for distance learning, with the ability to be a PTZ in a sense that when you zoom in with this camera, you can then scroll around the entire area that you're looking at. So it's an ePTZ. As I've stated, it has the built-in microphone as well. As we get into some of our streaming cameras, you'll notice that many of them look the same. However, they will have different features, different functionality, as well as different inputs and outputs as well. This is our VCA50P. This is one of our most popular IP cameras. It has IP, SDI, and HDMI out. Again, all are live simultaneous or hot simultaneous. So it allows you to go into 3 different systems at one time. This particular product has a 20x optical zoom and can support live broadcasting and PoE. Obviously, PoE is power over Ethernet. And available, again, in black and white. The next camera is our VCA50PN. The N stands for NDI, which NDI is Network Device, stands for Network Device Interface. It is a built-in software that allows for the Lumens camera to work in a new tech environment or with other NDI products. NDI is basically a transmission, information transmission protocol for many devices in the AV world and allows all the devices to work together. Again, this camera is 1080p at 60 frames per second, has a 20x optical zoom. This is the NDI HX platform camera, and again, available in black and white. One of our newer PTZ cameras is the VCA61P. This camera is a notch up from our VCA50P line of cameras. This particular model has the ability to stream 4K at 30 frames per second or full 1080p at 60 frames per second. Has a 30x optical zoom with IP, HDMI, and also 3G SDI video outputs. It's important to know that the 4K can be achieved through the Ethernet port and HDMI, but not the 3G SDI on this camera. It gives you multiple different types of streaming protocols, RTSP, RTMP, MPEG-TS, and SRT as well. So can cover pretty much any spectrum of streaming that's necessary for your project. Our VCA52S is a great video camera, has a 20x optical zoom, has the 3G SDI out and the HDMI. So this is a little bit different from our IP cameras. This is not an IP camera. This does have the SDI, the 3G SDI and the HDMI outputs, however. Again, 20x optical zoom, 1080p full resolution at 60 frames per second, available in black and white. Lumens now also has manufactured a couple of different types of box cameras. These are point of view cameras. Our first one that I'm going to talk about a little bit here is the Box Camera 601P. It is an IP camera. It does 1080p or full HD at 60 frames per second. It has a 30x optical zoom with HDMI, 3G SDI, and IP video outputs or Ethernet video outputs. Available in black and white, is a great camera for a specific type of application where pan tilt zoom is not needed, but maybe a focused shot on one item. Again, multiple streaming protocols are available with this particular box camera. As we move one step up, the VCBTN is our new 4K box camera. Okay, and these products are available now. All of our the products that I have shown you so far, we are currently shipping and are in stock. I know that probably was a question that would be coming a little bit later on. The 4K box camera, the BC701P, 4K ultra high definition at 60 frames per second, 30x optical zoom with Ethernet or IP and HDMI video outputs. And again, multiple ways to stream with this particular camera. This is our 4K box camera. As we move out of the cameras and into our control, our camera controller, this is our VSKB30, our IP and serial camera controller. Very easy to operate. It does have RS-232, 422, and IP interfaces or Ethernet interfaces. Multiple protocols, VSCA, including VSCA, Pelco P&D, VSCA over IP. So everything that is necessary to control Lumens PTZs is here. This particular controller is also NDI ready. I know that's not listed, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. One of our most popular items that we have now is our capture box. We call it our LC200 CaptureVision System. It gives you the opportunity to stream and record video simultaneously, and has several different options that can be used while doing this. I think it's very easy to use. Gives the ability to record 1080p at 60 or 30 frames per second. It has 4 HDMI inputs and an IP video source as well. It will do picture-in-picture, picture-by-picture, and up to 4 windows for mixing or for your layouts while you're doing your broadcast setup. So this has been very popular for us, especially over the last 2 to 3 months due to the COVID-19 virus and people wanting to stream from different corporate locations for houses of worship, higher education. This really could fit into every vertical market out there, and again has been very good for us and very popular as well. This unit is only available in black. There are no white LC200s at this time. The LC200, however, as I've said, it integrates with lots of different third-party platforms or video content management systems, such as Panopto, Kaltura. There are others as well, and it obviously works with many online streaming platforms, including YouTube, Facebook Live, vMix, Twitch. It's also NDI ready as well. So again, a box that can handle many different types of systems and many cameras at one time. So we'll get into a little bit of our application use now. Typically our PTZ, USB PTZ cameras like the B30U or the B10U are used for video conferencing. This is a typical meeting room or video conferencing setup for this particular product. It'll work with many different types of softwares. Again, these are just several that we've listed here. There are many more that it can and will work with. Another incredible way that this camera has been used and is being used daily is in the medical vertical or the healthcare vertical market. The B30U is very popular for telehealth applications. This is one case that we've had where many of these individual portals were placed in public schools in Florida to provide some mental health services to students recovering from a recent hurricane. And each camera is connected to the portal. Okay, so that again, this camera gives you the opportunity to connect right on site, obviously right there to the computer that's on site. Lots of doctors' offices, lots of hospitals, lots of healthcare workers now that are working from home using this camera as well in terms of a telehealth presence. So we also support distance learning with our PTZ cameras, our LC200, and Lumens is also one of the largest manufacturers of document cameras in the world. So we have and are able to incorporate these devices into distance learning applications. This is just a diagram of a potential distance learning class that can be, again, with the LC200, gives you the ability to record 4 video sources at one time. It can also record the program view, which is actually 5 sources, 5 different things. And it can stream out 3 of those sources at one time. So in a distance learning application, you can include your box cameras, your PTZ cameras, document cameras, or a computer as well to be able to go directly into the LC200 and kind of start from there. One of our largest vertical markets over the years due to our document camera presence has been the education vertical. We do and are part of lots of interactive classrooms all over the country, all over the US and all over the world for that matter. Just a reminder, the document cameras, the PTZ cameras can go into the LC200 in a classroom environment, and then anything that goes on in that classroom can be streamed out or recorded via the LC200. The LC200 is such a flexible and versatile piece of hardware. It can really be used in any situation. Again, we list some of the software that's available that can be used with our products. Here's kind of a diagram or a layout of how things are connected in our world when we have customers that call us and say, how does XYZ connect to the LC200? This is kind of maybe a little bit over on what is connected sometimes, but we wanted to make sure that you knew, all the different types of pieces that can be used in conjunction with the LC200 media processor. Okay, one of the best things that we have going for us is that we have many of these products are part of bundles that we sell as a manufacturer to our resellers. We can combine the LC200 with pretty much any type of camera to give a bundle discount to our resellers. So when you are considering Lumens, please consider the bundle. It will save you money in the long run, and you'll be able to have more product on hand for your use. Lumens has won multiple awards for our support of our products in this industry. All of our cameras have a 5-year unlimited replacement warranty. Our accessories carry a 3-year unlimited replacement warranty. We offer lifetime professional development, multiple video tutorials online, on our website, at YouTube. All of our products are made in Taiwan. We still are able to ship product in, bring product in, and ship product out. So we are still having lots of success meeting our customers' demand at this time due to the fact that we are able to bring in stock on a regular basis, pretty much on a weekly basis now, because our inventory is sometimes changing by the hour. So we're really proud of that fact, and we'll continue to do so as long as we can. Here's some information, basic information about Lumens. Lists our website, all of our social media links as well. Please follow us. Please tweet us and like us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to go to one of these sites to try to find your answer. You can contact us. But now we have time for some questions and hopefully some answers. If anybody has questions and answers, please feel free to ask at this time. Okay, so I have with me online our tech support guru. His name is Mr. Paul Munoz. One of the questions is how many streams can be supported? And I'm assuming that's for the LC200. So that would be 4 video inputs is what I'm assuming for the LC200. Now, in terms of other streams, I listed several of the other streams that our cameras are able to, and the box can stream out at. Paul, can you give us any other answer regarding the number of streams?
Yeah, he also might be talking about how many streams out we can do, and we can do 3 streams at one time. So example, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or a personal website. Any of those can be used all at the same time, up to 3.
Okay, great. How do you mount the box cameras? At this time, I don't believe we have a mount specifically for the box cameras. That's something I'll have to find out for you, Warren.
Eddie,
and
cut you off real fast. We
do
have one on the website.
We have a mount on the website already?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, great. So you can find the mount to our box cameras on our website. Fantastic. The MSRP on the LC200. I will have to, I think Paul can probably answer that quicker than I can. He will have access to our price list. I don't have that number memorized in my head.
Yeah, go ahead and ask the next question, and I'll pull it up for you.
Okay. Does the LC200 have audio outputs besides the small jack?
3.5 jacks only right now for the LC200.
Okay. Not sure what from LC200 is. From LC200, the streams from the LC200, yes. 3 streams out, an ability to record 4 plus the program view. Our distribution partners at this time, we work with several. I can give you a list of those off the top of my head. We work with companies like Stampede, JB&A, Ingram Micro, TXL, ASI. Those 5 are probably some of our biggest at this time. But if you have other questions about that, you can reach out to me at my email. Next question, what does the process of streaming to YouTube look like? I'll leave that with Paul.
Basically, the process for streaming with YouTube on the LC200, YouTube will give you what's called a stream key. And then on the LC200, you'll go in to the settings and add your stream key. That way, anytime you start your recording, or even before you start your recording, you can select to go live with the LC200. So at that point, it'll send whatever the output you have selected out of the 4 inputs essentially to your YouTube stream.
Thank you, sir. Thomas asks, should you always spec out a standalone PC with LC200 and your cameras, or is the LC200 itself enough for streaming?
So LC200, actually, as of right now, you don't need to spec out a computer. One thing that you might need a computer for is if you want to make your own graphics. We do give a couple on there, but we also give you the ability to upload your own graphics for upper thirds, lower thirds, backgrounds, and things like that. Otherwise than that, no, the LC200 actually has everything on itself. It is a hardwired GUI. There was 2 USBs in the back where you can plug a keyboard in, or you can plug a keyboard and a mouse and do everything on the unit direct. Also, we have a preview and a program out. So the multi-view we call the preview out is where you'd be able to manually change everything live, and then shortly, within the next couple of months, we're also going to have a web GUI. So if you do want to do it computerized, you will be able to. But as of right now, everything can be done directly on the unit with a mouse and keyboard.
Thanks, Paul. Next question, is there a control API for the LC200?
Not yet, but we are working on it. There are ways to control with RS-232. We have those. That information is online, but we don't have an API yet.
Okay. I'll ask 3 streamed cameras or 3 layouts.
Okay, so you can do, again, on the LC200, there's 4 inputs, so you can do any type of those inputs you want. When you're saying 3 stream cameras, I'm assuming you're asking if the streams themselves, you can do 3 separate streams of however you want to utilize the layout. But whatever layout you choose is going to go to each stream. Hopefully that helps. Multiple layouts, you can change the layout however you want. Basically, it's up to you how you want to do your layout.
Great. Next question, what is the latency from camera to controller, and what's the video latency from camera to LC200?
Okay, that's a great question. I don't have the controller answer right off the top of my head. In the LC200 is only a few milliseconds. It's really low.
Okay, so Sean, if you will email me at the end of the presentation, I can find out what the answer, the specific answer to both of these questions are for you. John asks, any thought of making a wireless document camera? Yes, Lumens will have a wireless document camera in the very near future. It is currently in production right now, and will be available closer toward the middle of this year. Does the LC200 receive NDI streams? Yes, the LC200 is NDI ready. The MSRP on the LC200, somebody asked that question a little bit earlier, is $38.99. Thank you for finding that for me. One question I see, do any of your cameras have built-on echo cancellation or built-in echo cancellation?
Echo cancellation, not that I know of. That would have to be done basically through the mic. The 61P, 601, 701, and 71 will all have audio jack input, but whatever mic you use is basically up to you. We're just kind of adding that to your video stream.
Okay. All right, any other questions? Stay on a couple more minutes for any other questions.
Someone asked for the distribution partners again.
Yeah, I gave that a little bit earlier. Stampede, JB&A, Ingram, ASI, TXL, those are all available for our customers. Al is asking something for the LC200. I'm not sure what that is. In the future, USB can support using touchscreen.
Great question. I have not heard anything about touchscreen going forward just yet. But if you want to email us, I can find out for you for sure. Just go ahead and email Eddie.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody. There was a follow-up. That was a follow-up for different streams from LC already answered. Okay, great. Thanks, Al. Okay, I'm going to go back to my information here. I want to thank everyone.
And quickly, just to thank everyone as well. Also, our web links for our social media platforms are in the chat room. So feel free to click on those links and follow us on FaceTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. We would greatly appreciate it. And we also have a poll as well towards our closing of our webinar. Eddie, if you could show that shortly.
Okay. And so I've launched the second poll here. Again, my information email is eddie@mylumens.com. That's Eddie with a Y at mylumens.com. My office/cell phone is 724-513-8426. We'll give another few seconds for anybody to finish answering the poll. All right, I'd like to thank everybody again. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Again, my email is eddie@mylumens.com. Our website is www.mylumens.com. I hope everybody has a great day and is able to stay safe, and hope everybody has a great rest of the week as well. Bye-bye.